welcome back to Step by Step. This video is about these things. It's the sponge filter that goes into your biOrb, and you can get the biOrb kit, so I'll talk about that, or you can go down another route and get sort of multi-pack, so I'll talk about that as well. So I thought I'd start off by just recapping on what the purpose of this filter is. So we're talking about the tube here and the filter at the bottom. Unlike most aquariums, the larger aquariums, there is far more focus on those aquariums for having the beneficial bacteria in the sponge filter, and they tend to be quite large. It's not the same in a biOrb. The bacteria are mainly present in the ceramic media at the bottom, and the purpose of the filter, the sponge filter, is a mechanical function. With the way that a biOrb works, the airstream goes up and goes around the tank, comes back down and flushes underneath, so all the waste and things like that all get drawn towards the sponge filter. So the purpose of the sponge filter is to pick up the waste. That's all it's really doing. It will have some bacteria in, but it's not the same as what's in the ceramic media. So that's the starting point. Changing the filter is a very straightforward thing to do. What do you need? Well, yeah, you can get the biOrb service kits. This is for one, and it contains most of the things you need, for doing this. But these cost £9, which if at the very start, if that's the way you want to go, feel free to spend £9 and spend £9 every month. If that's what you want to do, fine, no problem. You can get an alternative to those. They're not produced by biOrb. They basically come in a pack of the sponges, which are very, very, very similar. With the packs, you also get stones, so air stones for the bottom, and also the packs all come with the material you need to put at the bottom of the container. For this pack, for a pack of 10, this cost about £12. So over a year, this is going to cost you, if you're changing it every month, £120. If you get these, you're going to be spending, I don't know, let's just say £15. My view, if you're not sure, get that. If you sort of know what you're doing, you've been doing it for a while, I think I'd rather spend more money on getting decorations for the tank and changing them personally. So they all do the same thing. So it's purely a mechanical purpose within your biOrb. So what do you need? So you need either these or these. If you don't want to use the carbon that comes in these sorts of packs, you can just buy carbon. That's a Fluval version. Carbon from them is very good. So that's activated carbon. Right, what not to get? I won't show the brand because that's not fair. But just try to avoid getting activated carbon that has this stuff in. It's this grey, hopefully you can see it, and that's called zeolite. Now, zeolite has a use in an aquarium, but I'm going to suggest that unless you really need to use zeolite, look it up and find out what it's about. But it has quite a chemical reaction, and if your product has zeolite in, because when you put it into water, zeolite sort of hisses. You'll definitely know if you've got zeolite in. So if you're going to go down this road, try to just choose the ones that are looking largely, you know, carbon looking largely black, not lots of zeolite that's, you know, that's in this type of product. Don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can, but there's a lot of zeolite in there. So yeah, so I wouldn't suggest you get something that's got a, you know, high level of zeolite. It's not as straightforward because sometimes you can get, so this one here has what looks like zeolite in it as well, but it is not zeolite. Okay, it's not zeolite. So anyway, so there, right. So that's all about, that's that part of it. What else do you need? Probably a glass, probably a teaspoon. If you're going to do it your own way, if you like, you'll need a teaspoon. And I'm going to talk about the frequency and why you might need a bowl. So, okay, let's talk about these things. I'm going to change this one in here. So I'm going to get this out now, and then I will have a talk about that. Okay, so there you go. I've taken my filter out of the aquarium. You can see I've left the air stone in there. I'm leaving the oxygen running through. That's fine. You might as well keep the oxygen going in the aquarium. You don't need to mess around with that. So the part we're talking about today is this part here, and the sponge part that is within this. Unscrew it, get it out. I'm going to get very wet today. So we're talking about this part of there. I am definitely going to get wet today. Let me just get it off. I knew I'd need this. Okay, so let's talk about two things really. The first one is how often should you replace is the right word. How often should you replace this? Now biOrb recommend once a month, and I totally agree. Put in a brand new filter once a month, and also I would also say the same with the activated carbon that goes in the bottom. So that is purely talking about how often you should replace the filter with a new one. But I always like to give tips on this channel. Right, here's an experiment. Okay, I have two aquariums, exactly the same almost. Two 30-litre aquariums, both with almost the same amount of fish in. Well, the same amount of fish in. Those aquariums both get the same amount of food. Okay, so all roughly equal. As an experiment, I replaced both filters in both aquariums, and this one in here is the one that I left alone for a month. Okay, so I'm done with it, I've just left it in there. This one in here, I've taken the filter out on a weekly basis. So when I do my water changes, I've taken the filter out and I've squeezed it clean and then put it back in. Okay, and I shall bring my camera closer so you can see the difference between a weekly squeeze or just leaving it. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is this one and this one here. I've squeezed equally. Okay, just to show you really the difference between one thing and another. So I think hopefully it's obvious, but the one I've squeezed weekly is this one, and you can see the difference in the amount of waste compared to the one that I haven't squeezed every week. Now you might say, well, yes, well clearly that, you know, it's the difference between all the effort of doing this on a weekly basis and the effort of, compared to the effort of just leaving it in for a month. I think all this stuff here adds up to or increases your nitrate in your aquarium. Okay, so if you already have fairly high nitrate levels, this is going to be my suggestion. I'm going to suggest that you do a weekly squeeze when you do your water change. If you don't have a nitrate problem, well, just leave it alone for a month. But I mean, that's, you know, that is up to you in terms of how often you want to do it. But anyway, that shows you the difference between the two options you have. So that I would describe that as a possible weekly maintenance you could do to deal with sort of high nitrate levels. If you want to keep your aquarium water cleaner as well, do that. So it's what I do actually. Is I in both aquariums I squeeze them. So I already knew this, but I thought I'd show you the difference between the two, and there is a difference. So that's one thing, and if you're going to do that, make sure that when you do squeeze your filter, you do it in aquarium water. Take out some water. That's why I said you need a glass. Just take out some water, give your filter a nice squeeze, get all the muck out as much as you can, and then put it back in there. Again, I'm going to get wet. You don't need to do anything with the carbon, that's fine. Put that back into there, screw that back on, like that, and straight back into your aquarium. And just do that every week. But when you get to a month, replace this. Okay, so that's that. I hope you found that useful, interesting. I'm just going to give myself a wipe because it's filthy now. So yeah, okay, right. So we've done that. Okay, so now let's talk about the actual change itself. Now we're moving on to the once a month scenario. Okay, so you need to take it all apart, get rid of your activated carbon. Just give it a rinse out. I'm going to give this a rinse out. Under the tap actually, but I mean clearly if you have the biOrb replacement kit, you don't need to mess around like this. Okay, so you empty all this out, probably give this a clean as well. Just clean it under sort of tap water, then give it a bit of a dry. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so there you go. I've given these a rinse under the tap, just give them a bit of a dry. So they're looking nice and clean. You can get brushes and things for cleaning inside that tube. It's fairly nice, fairly clean, so I'm just going to, that's fine. I'll give this a rinse out, got rid of most of the activated carbon, so there you go. So if you're going, if you were going down the biOrb route, you don't have to mess around with this, you just plug in your replacement and you put it straight back in. So that's very straightforward. If you want to go down the cheap route, you just need to do a little bit more. So this is why I said you need a teaspoon. So the ones I get, each pack. So it's a pack of 10 replacement filter sponges, and you get 10 little bags of activated carbon. And then what you need to do is you just put that, go around and fill up your container at the bottom. This. So there you go. So each bag fills up the bottom part of this container, perfectly really. So all you need to do now is just put your replacement sponge on the top like that. And what I like to do is I like to just put this in some aquarium water. So I'll show you how I do that as well. So I've put a couple of glasses of aquarium water in here. I'm just going to put this all back together. Go. I was turning it around the wrong way. And I'll just give it an initial. The good thing about doing this is you easily confirm whether you've got zeolite in your material you've just put in. As I said, it will hiss. You'll know if it's got zeolite in. No hissing in this stuff. I don't like to use. I think products like zeolite. It's those sort of chemical reactions I'm not overly keen on. So there you go, that's how you maintain this and keep it all looking clean, and helping to keep your aquarium clean, and also helping to keep your nitrate levels down, which is quite important. So I hope you found that useful. The only thing I haven't mentioned is the air stone. You need to replace that, I think, on a monthly basis as well. It's just easier just to replace it. I don't find they get overly dirty, but you might as well just get it all done, on that monthly sort of frequency is my suggestion. So change your air stone, the white thing. Either get the biOrb ones or get the ones that come in this pack, and just replace the whole thing, give it all a good clean, and put it all back in, and that's it, you're done. So there you go, another video. I hope you found that useful. Just to say thanks for watching. Lots more videos to come from me, so if you subscribe, you'll see those videos. Thanks for your support to those people that have subscribed. I really appreciate it. And that's it. Take care. See ya.